Spiritual Living Kauai, the Institute of Magnificence. Can you hear me okay? Yes? Okay, good. So let's just take a deep breath together. Oh, just be right here, right now, and nowhere else. Letting go of anything that came before this and just sinking into the present moment, sinking into that beautiful eternal light that lights each and every one of us, that is each and every one of us, that power, that presence, that creative force, that creative intelligence that is all that we are. It's moving through us right here and right now. Individually, it's moving through us collectively. We are unity. That is what we are. Unity not just with our source power, but with every single solitary part of creation. So we celebrate that today. And I know that as we meet here today, that we are just raising consciousness in all the magnificent ways, all of them, and it's felt everywhere. So I just bless this time. I bless each and every one of us, and I give great, great thanks and mahalo for being here as I release this word as law. I let it be, and so it is.
So it
Thank
is.
you.
Jeremy,
Not just blood and relations, children of every nation,
of all creation,
come together and rejoice.
rejoice, use your heart as your voice. Unity.
Let's use your heart as your voice.
Unity.
Mother, father, girl, and boy.
Thank you, Amy and Jeremy Brown. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, again. So before we go any further, there's a lot happening in the world right now, but I especially am focusing my attention on Texas and terrible experience some of the people are having there with the floods, and lives have already been lost. So I'd like us to just take a moment in unity and love, to just sit here for a moment in silence and just focus on the love and focus on sending our love there, and just knowing that we are connected in this entangled field of energy, and that it's felt, and that all the answers and anything that they would need right now is right where they are. So let's just take a deep breath and just be here. So let's just take another deep breath. And I just recognize that that loving energy, that creative, eternal energy is everywhere present. And right here and right now, it is making itself known even more deeply in this place of hurting, in this place of wounds, in this place of despair on some people's parts. Let's just know right here and right now that this comfort, this joy, this place within us that can boost people up is felt everywhere. So I just let that be and know that they are guided, protected in every moment, and that they have whatever they require and are fully supported. So I just bless them and bless us as I just let this word be released as law, as we say together.
And so
it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's just take a moment to look at our vision statement, which is exactly what we have been talking about for the last 15 minutes since Jeremy and Amy started playing. Right. So let's just repeat it together if you feel that you want to. awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness. Thank you.
Unity.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a new month, which means we have a new theme to guide us through this wonderful month, and it is transformation. You ready for a little transformation?
Powerful word, right?
Yeah, we can always use a little transformation, right? So we have that, and then we also have a affirmation to go with it. I'll say it once, and then we will say it together 50 times. I am transformed by the renewing of my mind.
I am transformed by the renewing of my mind.
One more time. I am transformed by the renewing of my mind. Yes.
That is so perfect and so goes along with our philosophy of the science of mind and new thought. It's called new thought because we can have a new thought any moment. Nothing's static, nothing's permanent. There's a field of energy that's constantly changing and constantly moving from particle to wave to particle to wave. It is the creative force of the universe, and as we renew our mind in every moment, if we get to renew our lives in every moment, and that no matter what's going on, from that place of newness, we get to look at it differently and to know that love is always present. So thank you again for joining us today. Thank you.
Yes. And I know for a fact that there are some new people here in this room. I mean, I'm not going to look at them or anything. No, I'm sorry. I bet you wonder how we know that. It's because, wait a minute, you're not new. You hid your chalet. Oh, so who is new and not afraid to just go like this real quick? 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. There's nothing that you're going to have to do except you will have to sit up here in the very front row. No. And so we know something about you, and we're not afraid to say it. We've said it before. This will be the first time that we said it in this moment. But we know something about you, and your wonderful friends have let us know that. We have passed it around, and the rest of us know, and we're going to let you know what we know. You ready? You are magnificent.
Yes.
And I like that look on your face, like, yeah, tell me something I don't know, right? Well, we know that about you because we know that about ourselves. And when we discover that we are magnificent, then you become like the mirror. We just mirror off of one another, which I think all of life is anyway. So, if you'd like to put your hands on your heart, we do a little ritual thing here. And let's just, there's one thing to intellectually know something, but then to claim it, to actually claim it with words is great. So let's do that. I am magnificent. And you are not alone because, as Rita was saying, we are entangled with everything. There is not a place where we are not because of that. So let's this one. We are magnificent. Now, something I didn't tell you. There's a camera back there, and it's up on there, and there's people watching us right now. So if you were going to come here and you didn't want anybody to know you were here,
forget it.
Because there's a camera up there. And there's a whole bunch of wonderful people. I know the stewards are watching us because they say they were watching us today. And we know that there's a lot of people out there. Deanna in Maui, she's watching us. And I feel like they're kind of being left out of this without us including them in who they are too, right? And there's probably new people watching for the first time. Are you ready? Let's let them know. It's right there on the wall. All right. You are magnificent. Now do whatever you want. Go to the left, to the right. Let somebody know who they are. There's Kiana. She's magnificent. Magnificent. You're magnificent.
You're magnificent. I love her dress. Oh my God.
You're magnificent.
You're magnificent.
And Jeremy's just throwing a net out of magnificence. He's just, the whole room is his.
Yeah. All right. So it's our special first Sunday of the month, and we have our special, amazing Marian Head here to give us our revolutionary agreement for Are we in July? July.
We
I'm
are
like,
in
where am I?
July.
Okay.
And so see, Marion, when we observe you from the quantum field, we are now collapsing in this moment, and it's all of yours, all of you right here, right there. Give it up for Marion Head here.
That's a good idea.
She's all yours.
Aloha starts with aloha. I'm so happy to be back on island. Glenn and I were in Colorado for the last 2 weeks and visited family and longtime friends, long time. The first house we stayed at, my girlfriend and I have known each other for 41 years. And the second house, we've known each other for 57 years. So that's a long time. It's not impossible. And while we were there, we had a celebration of, it was the 40th anniversary of Geneva Group. For those of you who have the book, Revolutionary Agreements, or were here in March when we launched this series, I get to do this once a month. I'm so grateful, thank you. You may remember that Geneva Group is where the Revolutionary Agreements were born as the Geneva Group Agreements, and then they evolved to the Revolutionary Agreements. So this was a very special gathering, and you know what? In 40 years, people who were there, many of whom were at the founding meeting, they looked different. I mean, I was in my 30s, let's face it, and we look different. You know, nature has a way of changing our physical looks, and we, as conscious beings, have a way of changing other things. And that's the agreement that I have for us this month. It's I agree to keep doing what works and change what doesn't. Does that sound like a good idea? What would you like to change in your life? Is there anything you can think of? Yeah? No? Oh, good. All right. There's other things for you to do. So, if what you want to change might have occurred or might be occurring because of a thought that you once had or still have, or a belief or a habit, there's good news. You can change it. Here's what Ernest Holmes says in the Science of Mind section called Inducing Thought. And for those of you who don't know, Ernest Holmes is the founder of the Science of Mind and wrote this fabulous text, big, like this. And Glenn and I are reading some of it every day. It's very illuminating. So in Inducing Thought, he said, that which thought has done, thought can undo. Lifelong habits, lifelong, and I've been around a while, lifelong habits of wrong thinking can be consciously and deliberately neutralized. Now, let me just stop for a minute because I couldn't actually go any further when I read this until I reflected on what he meant by wrong thinking. I don't think he was being judgmental. I think in this case, wrong thinking is the kind of thinking that gives us results we don't want. So that's what I think of. So here we go again. That which thought has done, thought can undo. Lifelong habits of wrong thinking can be consciously and deliberately neutralized, and an entirely new order of mental and emotional reaction established in mind. Merely to abstain from wrong thinking is not enough. There must be active, right thinking. So the good news is that our brains are not hardwired like computers. There are neural pathways that we can create, new ones, new habits, new beliefs, new ways of thinking throughout our lives. Now, I think of a neural pathway as like a path, a trail through the forest. The more you walk on that trail, the flatter it becomes, the easier it becomes, the faster you can go down it. And that's what happens with our thoughts. If we repeat a thought over and over and over again, it creates what I like to think of as a rut, when it's not a thought that I want to have because of the results I get. So I'm in a rut. And that rut is easy for your same thought to find over and over and over again in that neural pathway. So even when it's giving us results we don't want, we keep thinking it. There is a way out. That's also good news. If you think of the trail in the forest, if you stop using that trail, what happens? It gets overgrown after a while and just, you can't see it anymore. So if you move this way and create a new trail and you walk that trail, you'll make that trail work better. So if there's a thought that's not giving you the results you want, and you think of an opposite thought, and you create a trail on that thought over and over and over again, you can really change your thoughts and change your life. And I know this because I did it, so I'll share a story with you. Some years ago, my business partner and very good friend said, Marian, isn't our work just so much fun and easy and rewarding? And I said, well, it is fun because I get to work with you and I get to work with other friends, and it's definitely rewarding. I mean, we were literally saving people's lives and making a ton of money doing it. That's rewarding. But easy? No, it's not easy, it's hard. She said, really, you think it's hard? I think it's easy. Well, later that day, I thought about it. I thought, why is it that we do the same exact work and she thinks it's easy and I think it's hard? Well, could it be that my parents were the models of hard workers and they instilled in me this value of hard work? And in speaking of value, that my value might equal how hard can I work? And so all my life, I looked back at my jobs, and I always thought they were rewarding and interesting, but they were hard. And I was finished. I said, if she thinks this is easy, I want to too. In fact, I would just rather think a lot of things are easier than harder, because my mother was quite the martyr, so that's what she taught me. So I went to bed that night. The next morning, I woke up. I opened the sliding glass door to my lanai, and the door went whoosh. And I said, well, that was easy. And then when I cooked breakfast, I cracked the egg in the pan. It was beautiful. And I said, that was easy. And all day long, every time I noticed something was easy because I was focused on it, I said, that was easy. And I did that all day, all week. And then I wrote a blog about it because I was seeing the changes. I was seeing easy things. And even my work, it really wasn't hard. It really wasn't hard. So I know if I could make that change. Oh, wait, I wrote a blog about it. And one of my readers sent me this button. You might have seen it if you watch TV. I never did. It's from Staples, and it says, easy on it, big red button. And you press the button, and there's this deep man's voice. That was easy. So now I had confirmation, and I could press that button. So what I know is if I could change this lifelong habit, you could change yours if you chose to. So it starts with, what would you like to change? And are you willing to do a little work to change it? So think about that. And then when you have an opportunity, write it down. And then do what Ernest Holmes suggests. Quote, we erase thought from consciousness by pouring in an opposite thought. So consider an opposite thought that you like, that will create a different trail through the forest, a different neural pathway through your brain, and begin to focus on that. And oh, by the way, it doesn't work to say, I'm not thinking about this anymore. Because when you say, I'm not thinking about this, it's like saying, don't think about an elephant. So it doesn't work to put no or not around that thought in any way. So think of something completely new, focus on that until you've cleared the path to a new reality for you. Who will take the challenge this month with me and change just one thing that you would like to change in your life? Okay, that's a good number of you. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Namaste.
So this week we celebrated the 4th of July, and I had a very contemplative time. And I want to dedicate this song to the indigenous people that were here way before we were, and also to those of us that are here, no matter what color we are or what our gender preference is or anything, to know that we're all one, and we're all one with our planet. And if I wanted to change anything, it would be totally and completely my consciousness of anything other than unity. So enjoy the song. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who think and look like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sweet, sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The mountain and the rainstorms are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high can a sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountains. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth, and still it is only earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. And so it is. And now I would like to introduce my beautiful husband, Reverend Dr. Patrick.
Very, very Hollywood for you to bring in the prop. The animal was walking up to the thing.
Did she come in?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Okay.
She did a wonderful job. Give it up for this beautiful lady who has a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Well, here's the good news. I'm not without a talk today. I have 4 of them. So I figured by the time I went from here to here, I could decide which one would come out. And thanks to this wonderful lady, you kind of guided me on it, and I just would let it just kind of feel its way through. Then you come up with your song, and what was very interesting on this particular 4th of July, I actually looked at what 4th of July really was, and I guess I don't know where I've been for the last 67 years, but I just saw it differently. We started out in the morning and we just started going, wait a minute. And then we talked to our really good friend, Chat G, yeah, that guy, Chat, and I started being like this, well, when did that happen? And when did this happen? And why is, and then I went, oh my God, the Declaration of Independence wasn't actually, you weren't independent after the Declaration. It took a little time. And for some reason, I think of it as this thing that just happened, right? And it doesn't. And it doesn't in our own life either. And I went, wait a minute. And then enter the indigenous people, and they were here thousands, not 100, but thousands of years before this was even talked about. They already had colonies. They had their government set up, and I started getting so excited about finding out things that kind of stop at the 4th of July. But if you go beyond that, is where you get the real power of where we're at here today. And I just went, wow, how did that get forgotten? How, in my world, I mean, maybe your world, you're on top of it all, but I'm just saying for me. So I found this, this quote, and I thought I'd start us out with it, but I didn't really need to, but it said, because I was thinking of transformation, and I'm thinking of declaration. And when you declare something, you expect it to happen. A lot of people worked very, very diligently to find out that there is a better way to break free. And I found this quote. It said, every time you declare your spiritual freedom, you're re-signing your own declaration of independence. From your old stories, stuck beliefs, and generational patterns. I own declaration of independence. And what does that mean now? What does that mean to me now that it didn't mean when I was 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever? We keep going up. And it says, you become the liberator of your own lineage. You become the liberator of your own lineage. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but we get stuck in the 3D world of these conditions that say, this is how it is, and that's how we have to do it. And I don't believe that. We'd never even be here if that were true. And it went on to say, just as a nation who once declared its freedom from tyranny, we must declare our freedom from the inner tyrants of fear, doubt, shame, limitation, worry, pick your own, you know? That's where the liberation is coming from. This title of this talk is called what, Rita? The Alchemy of the Heart. The alchemy of the heart. That's where that furnace is burning for us to create something new. Yeah, it was interesting. It got me very, very excited to start looking at things in a whole new way. So I wasn't going to tell this, but you know how that works. So I think it was Friday or Saturday night, I had quite a little experience at 2:15, which is not unusual for me. I woke up. Rita was sound asleep. She does that so well. I look over and I go, she's sleeping. And I just remember energy just flowing through me. And I started thinking. But it wasn't the kind of stuff that keeps you awake because you're worried about it. It was like, I could see like everything about the center and my past, everything was like going very fast, but I was very excited. Because I've been looking for what is motivating my own personal freedom. What is it that I need to know? And I started downloading, for any of you that understand that. I never really understood. I just thought it was kind of a cool word that people use. Like, I just had a thought, I downloaded it, you know. I thought that was really cool until it started really happening, and it still is even more cool than it is when it's actually happening to me. And I started getting excited, and I started going, why am I feeling old? Not now. Why have I been feeling old? And I'm not talking about looks-wise, because we all know that's not true. But I'm talking about old. I could see the stress. I could see the wrinkles, but not, I don't mind the wrinkles, but I don't want the stress. I'm thinking, and now all of a sudden I'm like this. And I went all the way back to our second year here, which is very funny because Ron found the program from year 2, our celebration of year 2. And I started getting very excited, and I remembered why I was so full of life. And it's because my purpose was kindled within me. I could go, we can do this, and we can do that, and we can do this, and we can do that. And so as you're on year 12, and things are not, you're feeling like, where's the energy? You know, where's the heart of CSL Kauai? Where is the heart of myself? Where's my life? And I started getting that wonderful Patrick spirit that has led me my entire life. And that's being excited. And not because everybody's doing what they need to be doing. I said, wow, you all are doing what you need to be doing, and we come together in this community, and it will grow the way it needs to grow. And we're on year 12, and it's perfectly fine because life is continuous. So I was thinking also of the idea of declaration, because in our treatment, spiritual mind treatment, how it works is what you were talking about. It doesn't work. So I woke up the next morning and I was terrified that I went till 4:30, by the way. And I'm sitting there and I'm feeling like this green stuff just filling through me. So then I started singing the song from Wicked. No, I'm just kidding. The green was going through me. I go, I'm downloading something. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. I knew I was, but then I was filling up. And then what got me scared was I said, oh no, what happens if after I wake up, I don't feel this? Have you ever felt that? It's kind of like that idea, like you're really excited about something, and then we gotta go back to the real world, you know? And I said, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Because Neville Goddard, do you know who he is? I'm all like into him this weekend. And he just kind of fell into my lap. And he says, people, when you want to replace a thought, he says, they'll tell you when you have an idea, you need to be realistic. Have you ever heard that in your life? You have to be realistic. Nobody in this room has to be realistic. But here's the thing, and yet, he said, what is realistic about going over your conditions that aren't working over and over again? That's not realistic. No. put something new in there, right? Put something wild and new. And I have to admit that by the end of the day, it wasn't as exciting as it was from 2:15 to 4:30 in the morning. But I couldn't even believe at 4:30, I said, what are you so, and I was putting together projects here, man, I should have wrote them down because I was busy from 2:15. So where am I now in this declaration? Where am I now with what I believe is a GPS called spiritual mind treatment? And what we have here is you open up and realize that there is a power so huge that isn't out there. Do you ever notice that? You'll look up, I even did it the other day, you'll go, yeah, I just looked up, I said, who am I looking up to? No one. But what I realized was that once you have these first two steps, that there is something powerful going on, and I'm not separate from it. Never have been and never will be. I thought, and I caught myself during the day repeating, bringing it back, something back in. I'm thinking, once you've told your condition, then it's not news anymore. And Michael Beckwith, who I absolutely love, he was saying we just keep going over them and over them. And he said, and a job of a practitioner, spiritual practitioner, tell us your stories. It's important to let go and to vent, but we are never to believe your stories of lack or limitation. You don't want us there. You don't want anyone there, do you? You don't want anyone coming up and saying, Patrick, man, I don't even think I can get through this. And for me to go, you're right about that. There ain't a way in hell you're getting out of this one. How long would that conversation go? But then what I find is I'm there to listen and to feel and to declare something new. Something new. And I know those little memories, they pop in there and want to tell you that that's the way it really is. The last part of this that came for me was the old I am that I am. I always think of Candy because we've talked about this before. And I want to let you know the revelation. I have said I am that I am so many times that it's become rote. I'm going to go to. But I really wanted to think about what that means. Scientifically. I am that I am. Can you imagine the very I am? I've got God bumps happening. The very I am, the very energy, the very breath that you're breathing right now. We're all breathing the same breath. And the I am, and why you can say I am that I am, is because of these first. I am that I am. And now I can declare anything I choose. How could I not? And we're not talking about the thing itself. We're talking about the feeling that goes with it. I am healthy. You say, yeah, but what about I got this and I got that and I got this and I got that here and there and everywhere. Doesn't mean you're not healthy. That's how firmly I am grounded in my belief now. Oh, I let some stuff out there bring my butt down, and I was all feeding into it, poisoning myself. And I'm not poisoning myself. I said, that's a lie. What the truth is that we are unlimited. And we haven't even begun to taste what we're capable of. So what do I do when I look at my checkbook and I go, I am wealthy, I am wealthy? Well, it doesn't go by words. The law of this teaching of our very life, it doesn't go with, oh, he said it 100 times, so let's give it to him. No, I'm wealthy. What the hell does that mean? It means I'm relaxed. It means I'm relieved. It means I can toss worry and I feel confident. What does it mean when I say I am healthy when everything is telling me I'm not and the doctors are saying, you're right, you are not healthy? Oh, doctor, I am. I am. Oh, delusional. No. The illusion, it's all this beautiful, beautiful script that we get to write. We get to write it, we get to live it, we get to breathe it. Oh, that happened all between 2:15 and 4:30 in the morning. I am that I am. I am. And I said, well, I'm going to try it. I'll try Neville. I am wealthy. Not I am wealthy because you're going to hand some money over. I'm wealthy because I'm alive. I'm healthy because I can decide to smile. I can decide to cry. I can decide to be scared. And if I am, then I'll just go over to somebody that's going, I am that I am. Or as I tell people, it is safe to heal. Did you know it's safe to heal anything? And then they said, well, we lost somebody. They didn't make it. How do you like that, Patrick? How do you answer that one? I don't. Because this is what I know. We are eternal. We are eternal. And our family and the people that we have lost in our life, they're not gone. As a matter of fact, you think this room has empty seats? I don't think so. I love you. This is a new world being birthed. Brand new. And we can either enjoy it, wait a little while, procrastinate, it's fine. It's eternal. But I wouldn't waste another moment of this thing called life carrying anything that doesn't tell me that I am magnificent and that I can be and I can do and I can have anything I want. And I don't care what the diagnosis says. I don't care what my checkbook says. I don't care about that woman next door, what she has to say about me or anyone else. You can be and do and have anything. So I'm going to leave you with this Michael Beckwith, not a quote. He says, this is the question you want to ask yourself every day. Why does everything work together for my good? Why does everything work together for my good? He says, you say that all day long, and at the end of the day, aha, you'll be just like them. And now we have Namaste, Jeremy and Amy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember the word.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. tapping. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. And you were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Are you done?
And they knew the words to
All
that.
right. I love that. That was so beautiful. I just have a few things to say. I don't like going second. Are you still singing? Did I cut you off? No.
No.
You can sing some
I was
more.
just doing a little entrance music.
No, it's all right. Oh, thank you. I'm a blackbird. I am. Oh, God. All right, so I do have something to say. I do have a lot to say. And it's about this topic, alchemy of the heart. And I read this story, and I just want to share it with you, because I think it's, like, for me, the answer of how to transmute energy that we're feeling like we can't transmute for some reason. Like, things are going on, and we feel like, oh, we don't have any control over it. We don't know what to do or what to say, or why can't we change that? And so I read this story. It's called The Tale of the Green Lion and the Sun. Does anyone know it? Oh, good. Once upon a time, in a realm not marked by geography, but by consciousness, there lived a wild and luminous creature known as the Green Lion. This lion was not a beast of violence, but a beast of insatiable hunger for light, for truth, for something more than the world of form could offer. He roamed the lands of shadow and gold, devouring what he could, opinions, passions, emotions, distractions, but still he remained restless. His heart throbbed with an ancient ache. Something within him knew there was more. High above him blazed the sun, pure and golden, representing illumination, divine essence, and the eternal truth. The lion, untamed yet sincere, looked up and saw not just light, but the very thing he had been seeking all along. Driven by a longing, the Green Lion leapt, not to destiny, but to embrace. He opened his great mouth and devoured the sun. And in that moment, the fire did not consume him. It transformed him. The burning light of truth scorched away illusion. It melted fear. It cracked upon the hardened edges of his wild heart. The Green Lion did not die in this act. He became golden. He roared a new sound into the world, not of dominance, but of awakened power. His wildness became wisdom. His hunger became compassion. His fire became love. From that day on, it was said that the alchemist must become like the Green Lion, brave enough to devour the truth, strong enough to endure the burn, and humble enough to be transformed by the light. This really touched me because I know when I was growing up and when I was living my life, you know, from well into my 40s, I thought I was being led by my heart. And I was, but my heart was untamed. It was passionate, but it was wild, and it wasn't like, you know, it was looking for reassurance. Let me just put it that way. It was looking for reassurance instead of really knowing that all the reassurance and all the love was within myself. And so, I know maybe some of us have been on that journey where, you know, we think we're following our heart, but in reality, we're just like struggling to get something or to be something or to want more or, or to do this and to do that, and we listen to this person and that person, and all the time, there's a power, there's a light that if we just swallow it up and let it take us over, it will take us to our truest and most amazing beingness. We're stubborn. Like, it's our ego. We want to hold on. And also what Marian said and what Patrick said, we repeat the patterns over and over and over again because it's what we know. It's what we know, and we're afraid. We're just afraid to let go and just surrender to this thing called life, this thing called source energy, this thing called love, this thing called this divine light. It's a light. It's a light, and we all have it. And it might have been covered up by a whole bunch of stuff, and we might think that, that we have to do something to get it, but we don't. We just have to be it. And that, for me, is the alchemy of the heart, because it's about love. It's about giving over to it. So I had a download this week, and it's about all of us. I've had a lot of people over the last few years leave this planet in all kinds of ways. Regardless of age, it had nothing to do with that. It was just, why are they all going? Why are they all going? Why has that person left? Why? What happened? It could have been sudden, or it could have been after a long illness or whatever. And it hurt, and it was sad, and all of that. But the more I could swallow the light, the more I could understand and really accept the eternality of life. Yes, I'm sad. I don't like missing somebody in the flesh. I don't like it. It hurts, right? But if I really knew what I knew, and if I really swallowed more light, I would get it. They would talk to me. I would realize they're still here. But I know that we're still here. And let me tell you why we're still here. We chose to show up for what's going on right now. We chose to hold the light. We chose it. I know that because we're still here. The others that have left are holding it somewhere else. I don't understand the afterlife. I'm not going to claim to know it. I know there is, and they're doing what they're doing. But we chose to show up right now when everything is so heavy to hold light. Do you know how hard it is to do that? But we showed up for it. And the more we will give over to the energy, the source, the light, the love, the easier it will be. Because we won't be trying to control everybody and control what's happening, because everything is falling apart. Let's just face it. It's falling apart so something new can be born. And we're the ones that are staying here to do that. And the more that we can give ourselves over and surrender to that light, to that love, to that energy with our hearts, because that's where it is. It's all about our hearts. It's not about our brains. When our hearts are in sync with our brains, then we know exactly what to do because it teaches us. So I'm just inviting us. I'm just inviting us to just take and realize that assignment, and that it is that we have all the help and all the assistance we need, because the people in the other realms, they're here to help us. I know they are. I feel my parents. I feel my ancestors. I feel it all. They're here to help us. And we are brave. We are so brave to show up for this and to live right now and to hold the light. So I just want to tell you how much I love you and how proud I am of each and every one of us that's here to hold this light and to make sure that this planet Earth transforms into what it's supposed to be, which is a planet of light, a planet of love. And I'm trusting that and knowing that. So thank you. That's really all I want to say. Thank you. Thank you. Quanta knows. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for Quanta knows.
And while they're setting up, I just want to say that Rita and I had an experience after we have a podcast from woo-woo to wow-wow. And we just did our first introduction. Yesterday we did it on intuition and instinct and how that all blends. So we go to the bank, and I don't know what they think I look like most of the time, but they go, wow, you look really dressed up. You guys been somewhere? I'm wearing this. And we said to them about this podcast, woo-woo to wow-wow, and they went, and she's a young girl, Christian girl, and she said, wow, I'd be kind of interested in that. And then she said, and then they started talking, and they go, what's it about? I said, oh, intuition versus instinct and psychism and all that. And they're going, well, how do you watch it or listen to it? I said, well, it's not out till the 15th. The point being is that we make a difference, everyone. No matter where you're at, they're listening. When we were leaving, they're going, well, I believe, you know, this intuition is more like, and they're having this discussion. And I'm thinking, wow, that's how important we are when we share ourselves out in the world. Then people will continue on. Did that give you enough time, kids?
It's true.
A little bit?
Do what's yours to do. Everybody has what's theirs to do, and you know what it is, so. And
Yes.
thank you for being here today. Thank you for your beautiful contribution to this center so that we can continue to go on and hold the light here on Kauai. We appreciate every bit of everything that comes in, and we know that it
Thank you,
goes to
everyone
good.
online.
Yeah, thank you. We got a song.
Now we're used to that. So,
I've got peace like a river.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
everybody.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Love like the ocean.
I got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean in my soul. I got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean. I got love like the ocean in my soul.
Joy like a fountain.
I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
I've got joy
Like a fountain in my soul.
Peace like a river. I got
Peace
like a river in my
soul.
Everybody know Luis? Meet him.
Luis.
He's an amazing person. He does a lot of stuff, but he's been volunteering here for a long time. How long?
Long time.
Yeah, a long time.
10 years.
Oh, 10 years.
10
Okay.
years.
Anyway, we're blessed. So let's take a moment just to give thanks and to know that everything here is going to good and more good, and that we are all prosperous, we are all blessed, and that we can change that groove in the grass that Marion was talking about, and let us walk the way we want to walk, the way that we
Yes.
know is for our highest and best good. And I just bless this and bless everyone. Thank you. Thanks.
Mahalo. Okay.
All right, we have a few announcements. but-
Okay, this time I actually did it so I didn't forget one thing. Next week is what? Birthday party. It's exciting because I'll tell you why it's exciting, because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. First of all, we need some volunteers to help Ron at 7:30, 8 o'clock, because I know these people, 8 o'clock, to help move some tables, and it's going to be a big shindig. Shindig? Yeah, not my mother's terminology. Okay, so we need some volunteers to set up next week. Talk to Angela, and we're having a potluck barbecue. We're having some nice, there's Kiana back there. While I got Kiana, can we just say mahalo to this lady who's
Stand up.
constantly... And so, it is a potluck, and we all know what that means. Bring a dish to share, and we're expecting a lot of people, because you know when I say we're going to have a lot, you get it in your emails and everywhere else from me. So bring a dish to share. Make sure to sign up there so we have some nice, different kinds of food. We're going to have some child care for all of you. No, I mean, we're going to have some child
If you
care.
don't behave,
So
you get to go to the child center.
if you're talking to your neighbors or your friends or whatever, you can say, bring the kids down, because we're going to have something going on. We're with Christina Rollins is going to be back there with them doing some art stuff. And then, so sign up for what you're bringing. DJ Kevin. Does anybody know Kevin? DJ Kevin? Yes, you do. He was over in Honolulu working it Friday night. He's going to be here for an hour and a half of a dance party. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You think we're messing around? I told you I was excited. And then we have live musicians. All of our musicians are coming in for the day.
Kevin, I don't know his last
And
name. No.
we're having and the
Misa?
Namaste singers
No,
as
I
well. Every year,
He's from New York.
we just found our program from year 2.
He's
party.
married to
Is
somebody
that
named
wild?
Tatiana.
That's wild. So every year we have this party, and it's a party with a purpose. So we do have, of course, I know you'll find this hard to believe, but a fundraiser that goes with our party. And what we're doing this year is we went and we had around this center, we went to 12 places of power. And so the donations that you give, you can put it towards one of the places of power, and the whole thing is powerful. But here's our things. Spiritual Director's Office that we've left for the last 2 years, not completed, but don't worry about that. Meditation room, which will be the same one. Audio visual, youth and family area. We already have the chakra started back there. Music ministry, the choir, hospitality, sanctuary upgrades, facility cleaning service, because we do need that. Exterior signage, and bookstore expansion. And here's a center. This is one of the power centers that wasn't here last year. Quanta the center cat. She's a power place too. It's right there, honey. That's right. You'll be able to find something to eat. Don't worry about it. So that is for next week. So currently, just so you'll know, we did 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of fundraiser, and we have raised $1,720 thus far. And so I like to think big since I was up from 2:15 to 4:30 in the morning. So this is what it is. 12 days, 12 years, 12,000. Why not? There we go. And you can donate to the general fund as well, or an area, and that is back there. And if you have you want to do that, Angela will take the donation right down to what you want to do with that. So now, enough of the party. Are you going to all be there? You're going to bring like 3 or 4 of your closest friends, family? Yeah,
Yes.
you go. Okay, so here's what's happening. Movie night this week is Life.
It's not this week, honey.
I mean, it's sometime this month.
Okay, it's July 25th.
July 25th. It is called the Life List. Please, Life List. It is so good. Our food drive continues, right, Reverend Diane? Big Time continues, because I was there the other day. It was empty. Now it's full. Okay, and then we have the Sacred Journey in October 17th to the 24th. We have some really exciting things coming up in that, right? We're working on this wonderful, wonderful shaman that lives on this island. Has been here for a long time. He's going to come in and do a very important water ritual with this group. There's only 10 there. There's 7 people now. There's only 3 spots left. And if you want to know more information about that, you just talk to me or talk to anyone else there. Yeah. So this is going to be something spectacular, transformation. Eric is coming back, Dr. Eric, and he's doing his 9D. And you want to just talk to him?
It's just a brand new one, and it's a shamanic journey that he's going to do this time.
Without the plant.
Without the plants. Okay,
So
anyway,
we're going to have a good time with that.
It's August 23rd, and there's a limited amount of people that can take it, but it's a pretty big group.
Okay.
And then also, please, Namaste singers, we're meeting Thursday night because you are singing on the birthday. So you're singing one song, and we need to practice it. And you're also singing on August 3rd. So please be there on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. And I think that's
and
it.
August 3rd? August 3rd?
No, it's not August 3rd, September 3rd.
I know, Reverend Diane is...
August 3rd.
We're going to be out of town doing our new workshop. We're being flown out to Los Angeles to do that. We're very excited. It's Dr. Patrick's Treehouse, and Rita's off of her wonderful book. And so we're flying out there to do that, and Rita's also singing for them while we're out there. So we're going to have lots here.
And Reverend
Rev
Diane
D
will be speaking.
up here, mesmerizing you, I'm sure. Not hypnotizing, mesmerizing. She'll be
That's it. Let's not do that. Okay, I think
Okay.
we're done. So let's take a deep breath.
Sorry, guys.
Wait, oh no, we're not done. Sorry. I thought we were done. We
But
are
this
definitely
is
not.
exciting.
First, let's take care of Yana. Where is
Yana!
she? Yana's kind of like Louise. She's always here volunteering, and she is the volunteer of the month. So we want to invite her up. I don't know if you like these or not. They're right, but I love you. Yeah. And we're just going to ask her to say a couple of words. You wrote it down? She needs to leave. Okay. Well, while she's leaving, do you have it right handy?
Yeah, she's got it.
She wrote it down. She wants to tell us why she volunteers at CSL. All right. Go ahead.
Okay,
Are you ready?
yeah. I'm
She's
Yana,
an amazing volunteer.
and I'm thrilled to be volunteer for the month of July. I love to assist and help folks any way that I can. Many times I find that I am learning something new about whatever it is I'm doing. At that time, I have been with Center for Spiritual Living for many years, starting out on Oahu, then San Diego when I moved there, and in La Quinta, which is in the Palm Desert. Then I moved back to Hawaii, to Kaua'i, where my daughter and family live in Honolulu, own and run the store called Slow Yourself Down. Yeah, we'll say that CSL here is my favorite, for it feels home to me, close to me, family and friends. The endeavor is in my life. I think the endeavor which is in my life is stained glass, which I have been doing for nearly 30 years. I love working and designing pieces of beautiful glass. And I love many colors. Makes my heart sing.
Beautiful.
Can you hear my heart singing?
Yeah. And Yana, yay.
Mahalo, Yana.
Okay. All right. So this is a gift certificate for when you get to volunteer here. You put your little, what is it called? The name in here, and then we pick one at the end of the month because every time you volunteer, you get to put it in. So who is this? Oh, Melissa. She's not here. I'll tell you, Melissa Mojo does a lot for our center. She's not just is she on the board, but anytime I need something like some kind of graphic or music thing or whatever, she's there. She's constantly working for this center, so that's wonderful.
And that's funny you mentioned Melissa.
That'll be fun. Yeah, tell her.
Melissa, because Melissa happens to be at a rehearsal right now because she'll be singing. She's the top act over at Paneoli. How do you say it?
Panioli's
Yeah.
on Tuesday night.
And we're going to go see her because she's performing because Steve Doobie's out of town. And here's the other thing. We've never been there. It'll be our first.
Thank you, Melissa.
Can you even
We'll be there.
imagine? Never been to.
All right. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath, settle ourselves, and just know this has been an amazing time and that we get to take this energy with us as we go out into the world. We are blessed, we are guarded, guided, protected, directed, and we know exactly what is ours to do. It's a beautiful thing, and I know that we are led by love and by light. And I just let it be, and so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, everyone. Closing song.
We invite you guys to get up on your feet and stretch out a
No, I
little
guess
bit.
not. It's
And
going too
this is
long.
going to be a song you know. So do me a favor and sing along, please. Jonathan's waving. What's
I'll
up?
do it at the end.
Play it. We can't hear you.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Guys, come back
As
here.
I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Raise your voices. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to Kaua'i Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled and I've followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of dust clouds rolling, the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting, this land was made for you and me.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, Hawaiian Islands, redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
One more time.
This land was made for you and me.
I hate to do this, but I have one more thing to say. First of all, men and women's group meets right after this, so if you want to stay for that, the men meet in the back and the women meet here. And also, I want to just give a big mahalo to the people that helped today. Jonathan, especially because he held down the whole thing by himself. To Marion Head in the light, to Luis and Yana as the Malama team, to Ron Stover and Leslie, and also to Sue Buckley and Glenn Head, I guess, that are counting the collection, and to our beautiful Jeremy and Amy Brown. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. All right, enjoy. Have a beautiful day. I hope you stay, but if you don't...